Hello there, Heccu here. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, and it's a new interview for me. Today I'm joined by the young German talent Aqua, who's currently playing for Big Academy. Aqua, I will start with a pretty easy question. How is your day so far?
Yeah, hello. First of all, my day has been pretty good. Have had a nice breakfast. The weather's better than it was last day, so yeah, I'm feeling good till now. How about you?
I'm doing really good. I'm really happy that you accepted in like the invite for this interview. We had like some difficulties with Discord, so my first question, I mean, my now, no, my second question would be like, do you prefer to be called by your real name or by your nickname?
To be honest, I do not really care. I just get used to whatever people call me. People call me Nico, but also some people call me Aqua. So people can choose what they prefer. Of course, if I'm talking to the people in real life, it's more likely that they will use my real life name, and it's also more comfortable because I don't know. It feels weird when people in real life call me Aqua. So I guess in real life I would prefer my real name, but like on Discord or on TeamSpeak, I don't really care.
Okay, then like I guess we'll stick to Aqua for now at least. So, Aqua, I'm not gonna lie, I really did my best to find all the information that was available about like what you do before like your current team, and I can't say that I found like too much. Like, you got to play with a team. That goes by the name like Epic Dudes in the German 99 League. You had one and only one like non-big academy HLTV game with them, and you also won the German Championship Series Cup with them. Like all of the things that I've just mentioned actually happened in the first half of this year. So like, have you started pursuing your career in CS:GO like only recently?
Yes, I already said there's not much about my career so far because like Epic Dudes, as you mentioned already, was like first better team and big team I was playing with. It was I was playing with them in the, yeah, as you already said, 99 Damage League in the first division, which is the highest, which also was my first like season in this league at that level. I was playing with other teams before them, like in lower 99 damage leagues, but because it's a lower tier, it hasn't really like coverage or anything. It's just like some low like less viewer streams, no HTV or something like that. So yeah, that's why Epic Dudes is like the only really team that is on my like list where you could look up to that I was playing for them because it was first team I was actually playing with, in a higher tier.
I see, see. Yeah, but because like, the thing is, like, I closely follow the progress of FPL, FPLC guys, so I can know that you did not appear in like any of those leagues. I also like try to find you on ECA, like if you like played maybe like advanced or main, and so far like I did not succeed at finding anything. So maybe you have like a different nickname there. So I would like to know like, do you have like any experience in playing like open, intermediate, main, or advanced?
Yeah, so far I've played 2 seasons of main, and now with Big Omen Academy I'm playing the third season main. Um, and that's basically it. Like I've played some open seasons with like some fun teams when I was just starting to get into the competitive scene. So yeah, my real like the serious tryhard seasons were the main seasons I played in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. So at least like you have some kind of like experience in CA because like like no FPL, FPLC, like only like one official like NHL TV, like and yeah, kind of like barely in EC. So like that's like kind of like the reason maybe why you were like under the radar of like international community. Luckily for you, Germany has a pretty developed CS:GO scene. So by showing like good results in the local tournaments, you got picked up by one of your biggest orgs. And when I say like biggest, it's not even like a pun. So like I wonder how exactly you got on the team because, for example, like to find their players, the academy for the academy team, Fnatic published an application that anyone could fill in. Mouse picked their players by looking at FPL, FPLC, ECA league results. What was your process of getting on the team?
Yeah, it was like pretty sudden. Like the season of the 99 Damage League just came to an end, where I was playing for Epic Dudes, and then Christian Lenz just approached me on Twitter and asked if I could have a talk with him. So we got TeamSpeak, and he just like talked to me a little what their plans are for the future with the big academy team, and that he said that they are interested in having me. So just like explained what they want to do, what they can offer, what's going to happen. Like especially mentioned this academy league that is going on right now. So yeah, I got really interested in it, and like it didn't take me long to like really want that I want to be in a part of that team. So from there on, things went on pretty fast. I was like the third player to be in the team. So after that, we had like two other players we wanted to in the team, which was Glaved and also Nixay. So because Nixay was already in the team, but it wasn't sure that he will stay in it. But we wanted him to stay because his roles fit in pretty well in the team. And Glaved was also a player who has a high skill capability. That's why we also wanted him to be in the team. And luckily, we got both of them in the team. So like we had the team set, but yeah, that's it went pretty fast. Like Christian then just approached me. We had a talk a little. Then after that, I was talking to Lapex and Primetabs who were already at the team and were like building up the team. We had like same ideas, same goals, and just a good mindset. So and I also already knew the people Lapex and Primetabs. I was already playing with Primetabs in a team like 1 year ago or so. So it wasn't hard for me to like get in touch with them, and just worked out pretty well from the beginning. And yeah, that's how I got into the team.
But were there like any tryouts before you actually got to sign the contract? So, like, because like you got approached, you kind of had like an interview, then you talked to your like maybe like your future possible teammates. But like, is that like was that the moment you got the contract, or like you first like got to try out to play with them on the server and then got the contract?
We actually did not do any tryout games because of the time we had, it wasn't really possible. The team was like said and done 1 week prior to the We Play Academy League, and we also had to do like a media day where we had to travel to Berlin. So we didn't have much time. However, we also didn't really think we had the need to do tryout games because we knew what roles we had in the team and what player will play out which role. For example, like Nixay being a first entry guy, Lapex being an IGL and ARP. So yeah, we already knew what roles we have and mostly knew that it's going to work. And also the chemistry, we all played some facets together. We all just hang around even before Big Omen. So we just knew that those kind of aspects didn't really have to bother us. So I guess it was kind of risky because if you're going in without any like tryout games, it can fail. But I guess in that case, we just had to trust in our teammates and also in Big. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. But like even right now, you're just talking about the positions of like your teammates, and I wonder if all of them are fully on set in stone. Because, for example, the role of the main opera, it kind of like I feels like it changed a little bit during like the 2 weeks because like we saw like Lapex picking up the big green, then Glev, then Lapex again. At the moment, is Lapex the main opera in Big Academy?
Yeah, he is. As I already said, we were swapping around a little bit. Because we only had few practice, we're still not sure how we really want to play. And Lapex just wanted to try if he could call better when he was rifling, because when he was AWPing and calling, he realized that sometimes he didn't really have to focus on calling because he had to focus on his scope. But he's getting the hang of it. He's getting better day by day with that. So it was like we tried it, but we realized that didn't really work out because Glave's rifle capability is way too important to just give him the AWP, even though he was good at AWPing. With that being because he never AWPed before, so it was obviously that he wouldn't have like a standout performance but but he did really well, even though it was his first time. But still, we decided that he should stay on the rifle because he's just too good with it. And also, yeah, Lapex is still good calling, and he's like, if you compare him from the first week and the second week after We Play Academy League, he stepped up by a lot, even with his AWP aiming. Um, I think that's gave him also a little bit of confidence because in the first week he was like lacking a little confidence because he was focusing too much on the calling and with that he missed some easy shots. but now he's like almost hitting every easy shot, and he's still giving good calls, still giving good mid round calls. So yeah, I think we will stick to that, but it's not set in stone so far.
Mm-hmm.
It could change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's really, really not easy to be an IGLing all persons. Like as you mentioned, like in one role, you need to, for example, like sit. You need to sit, hold an angle, like not move your eyes anywhere. Like you just look at the center of the scope. And while you're an IGL, you want to keep like an eye maybe like, on the radar. You want to know what's the situation. It is pretty hard. It's not impossible, and players like James is a great example of that. But it's definitely not easy. This also probably depends on how much freedom the players actually have in the team. How's it in your team? Does your IGL lead you from start to finish, or does he just make only the final decisions?
We have a lot of freedom in the team. Like he's mostly starting off the round with a call, whether it's a default or something like a set round. In set rounds, obviously, we don't have that much freedom, but in defaults, we mostly can do what we want to do. Um, and then like mid round to late round, he's just giving like the end call, which side we want to approach. But the good thing about that is that almost every one of us can do some mid round calling. Like that's what he also said, that he's really proud of us that we like take some of his pressure off in the mid round. Especially Glaive is good at that. That when we see something like obviously he cannot see everything because he is an IGL and ARPA, so he has to focus on the scope but also on the radar. But sometimes some information just miss out. So when I'm playing, as an example, on Nuke, I'm like as a T side, I'm in the lobby, and Lapex is often outside. So he doesn't really see what's happening in the inside. So I'm giving him some informations, and sometimes I'm just calling like, "Hey, we can do this, or we can do this," or like Glaive is doing that. So there's a good mixture of that. But yeah, we have a lot of freedom, and Lapex is just sometimes saying like, "Hey, play it more passive or play it more aggressive," when he thinks that it just would fit better in the game plan.
Yeah, I've heard situations where, for example, a team would have like a main IGL and maybe have like another player who will try to maybe provide some opinions or like information like on the other side if they're playing on the city side. But like if this is like a situation where like the whole team can kind of have like micromanage little things, and the IGL needs to just make like big decisions. Like yeah, then eventually he'll have like no problems of opping and IGLing at the same time. And even though you were kind of experimenting with who is going to play ops in your officials, you managed to show a pretty good performance in the We Play Academy League. I wonder, will this be your first ever LAN, or did you get to play one or maybe like even a few in your local scene?
For me, it's going to be my first LAN. I think Lapex and Glaive. I don't know about Nick, but I know that Lapex and Glaive also already played some local LANs. I don't know if they played more than one, but they definitely did. But for me and Prime Tabs, I know for sure that it will be our first LAN. I only played like not a LAN tournament. I just got together with 5 people and we met at one's place and played a 5-man LAN. But that's not really a LAN. It's just having people around you and play with them face it.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's going to be my first tournament where I really have to fly out of the country, which I'm really hyped about.
Yeah, I can imagine. Especially right now with all the restrictions, like you're probably really limited in the places you can actually go in, the places you can actually travel. But like since the land is going to be in the end of this month, you guys have quite a lot of time to prepare. Do you know if your org will gather you for a boot camp before your trip to Ukraine?
Uh, we're not sure about that. They have hinted something about that, that they may try if it's possible, but since Nixey is still working, um, and he already had his vacations like when the Replay Academy League was going on, he probably won't be possible since he has to work, and he has to take the vacation again for the trip to Ukraine, so he can even attend it. So yeah, it probably won't be possible, but I still think we will have enough practice to prepare for the finals. It will be because we don't have that much officials anymore, we had like 2 weeks full of officials every day, and now we just have like some ECA games going on, which will start this week. But still, we have some days where we don't have any officials, where we can fully focus on practicing, even though it will be only at the evening, because Nixon has to work. Like in the We Play Academy League, we could like practice full time because he had vacation. So we practice from around like 1 p.m. to like 6 p.m. or so.
Mhm.
But yeah, from now on it will be like 5 p.m., 6 p.m. to like 10 p.m., 11 p.m. So yeah, the bootcamp is probably not possible yet, but maybe later in the future.
Because like the main team has a break right now, so probably there are the facilities that you could maybe possibly use. But if like the timetable doesn't allow you, then unfortunately you'll not be able. But we'll see. We'll see how it actually. Maybe they'll decide maybe like to send like 4 players, so at least you guys can like discuss some kind of like strats together, like while the other one is working, and then he joins you in the evening. But we'll see how it actually, well, how it actually works out. Um, Actually, when it comes like to the main team, is there anyone who is helping you out in any way, or are you just doing everything on your own?
So far, Thompson helped us by a lot. In the first week of the Replay Academy League, he was also like streaming the officials and was talking in the words what we could do better, and we also watched these words. But he also was going on the server with us, telling us what we could improve and yeah, just some things that they are doing. Um, in the second week, he couldn't really do it because he had vacation, so he's um, enjoying his break. But yeah, I think when break is over and he has some time to spare, I think he will help us again a little, even though it won't be that much as he did it in the first week. Um, we are still really happy about that because he is like a tier 1 player, biggest and really good team. He has a lot of knowledge. He is in IGL, so he can help a lot. Can help, like Lapex has a lot of information to gain, but also the other players, especially Prime Tabs is playing a lot of Tabson positions. So they watched some demos together, and Tabson just showed them like some special things he can do on those positions.
hmm
Yeah, so we had a lot of contact with him.
Yeah, that's really nice, especially like considering that they like big the main roster is kind of like going through quite big changes right now because they just like added Gate to the main roster, and also Xantares got moved to the transfer list. It is a pretty interesting topic to discuss, but in this interview I would like to prefer like to focus like like on you, on your team, and on your team's results. And if we actually getting to the results, you played 14 series in the Academy League and you managed to win 9. Like you had no problems against your Academy, Astralis Talent, and VP Prodigy because you won against them twice. Then you won once and lost once against Mouse and XT, Navi Junior, and Fnatic Rising. So far, you experienced difficulties defeating the Young Ninjas, which is a bit ironic because they will be the first team you'll play against in the LAN in Kiev. Do you think you'll have a better chance of getting a win against them in a best of 3 than in a best of 1?
I think it will be a lot closer than it was in the We Play Academy League regular season, because now we have actually some time to practice to improve our map pool. Because right now we like had 5 maps, but on those 5 maps we didn't have that much. We had the basics. We had some set rounds, but like because we had little time to practice, we had to focus on the most important things and couldn't like get some deeper strats, some deeper defaults, some deeper setups. So yeah, I think with that month of practice we have, we can be a bit of threat for them. But it won't be easy because I think as a team, Young Ninjas are the best team in this league. They might not have like best individuals like Monesi, but as a team they're just working really well together. Zetia is a great in-game leader. He's really knows how to approach the game. And he also had the experience in the main team for a reason. So yeah, it's gonna be a tough game, but I think we can improve our game and just our individual game also a little. It will be a lot closer, and I think we can beat them in a best of 3 series.
So you think it's possible? It's hard, but it's possible.
Yeah,
Okay, I see.
I think they are the hardest team to beat.
Okay, so not even Mouse and XT.
Mouse NXT is also a really great team. However, I think if their individuals are lacking a little, they really have a hard time to get back into the game. So, as I already said, I think just that NiP is more composed as a team, whereas Mouse Sports need their individuals to step up. They need at least like 2 or 3 to have a good game, to have a normal game. But if they do not have a normal game, like if Torsi is not hitting his 25 kills as he does it all the time, or JDC who's also really skilled, then they are having a lot of trouble to find into the game, which you could also see like when they played Mirage against Navi Junior. They had a lot of troubles and lost like 16-6, just because they didn't have the individuals weren't performing like they were always doing it.
Okay, that's interesting to hear. But besides your team, no, the Young Ninjas and Mouse and XT, we're gonna see another fourth team at the LAN. Which team do you think will secure the final spot? Will it be VP Prodigy, Stars Talent, Navi Junior, or Fnatic Rising?
I think it's gonna battle out between Fnatic Rising and Navi Junior. Um, I think Navi Junior is gonna win the battle between both of these teams, because obviously they have Monesi. He's probably the best AWPer in this league and just on a other level of the competition. But also like Ankara is also a great rifler. Fia is a great IGL. I just think that Navi Junior needs other people besides Monesi to step up just a little. Like it was for a year ago in the main team of Navi, where Simple was like playing alone and the others were like a little quiet. But now like they have Bit, they have Electronic, also Perfecto playing really good, and I think this could transfer to the Navi Junior team as well. Especially they have a bootcamp right now. They have a lot of time to practice. So I think that the riflers will step up more, and with that they will win against Fnatic Rising. Also because Fnatic Rising is a younger team, like they are the same as us. They also just got announced 1 week prior to the Academy League, or even like 1 day prior. So I think they won't have enough to beat Navi Junior. However, I still think they can do it if Regali, if Process just play like they did in this regular season.
But yeah, I totally agree. Like when it comes like to Navigator, it's like it almost feels as if it's like the main roster where you have like Simple and for example electronic like that deadly duo. They usually have really good numbers, and it was like all about like the other three to be like to try to do like their best. But yeah, like we'll see who it will be, because like when it comes to like, it feels like Astralis Talent have struggled in this league so far, like maybe like not as much as Furia did, but like yeah, like they didn't have an easy time. When it comes to VP Prodigy, it felt as if there were so many games that they managed to push pretty far away, but they just didn't secure the win. You know, like it was like they get like all of the rounds and then bam, they lost. Yeah, so like Navi Junior or Fnatic Rising will be a more like safe pick. I do agree on that. But yeah, I would say like we pretty much reached the end of the interview, because like I try to keep them as compact as possible, and you've been giving so much insight like on the team, like on all of the opinions that you have, you know, like on like of the league. So like very much for your time, and thank you very much for accepting an invite for this interview. I guess I should wish you good luck and hope you manage to do your best at the LAN. It'll be interesting to see um, how will you do against young ninjas, especially since like now you have like so much time to prepare. Before we finish the interview, do you have anything that you'd like to tell maybe to your supporters, teammates, or maybe your organization?
Yeah, first of all, thanks for inviting me to the interview. It was a really nice talk. I also like to just give some inside informations as much as I can. And also, I just want to say thanks Big that they just let us do what let us like get to roster we wanted to do. That they just gave us the trust, and also like it's Big is a great organization. It's the biggest in Germany, no pun intended. Um, we just can focus on our game. We after every game, Lenz came to the TeamSpeak and just talked to us. Even when we lost, he tried to cheer us up, and so it feels like we're in a family. So I just have to say thanks for that big, and also thanks to my teammates that we all just put an insane result in the last 2 weeks, and also to the supporters, to Tabson especially, because without them it would have been way harder, because we had a lot of people like writing us on Steam after the games, or Tabson helping us, and also like when Tabson was streaming the games, we had like 3K, 4K viewers, which are mostly German viewers supporting us, which was insane. So yeah, a big shout out to the fans, to Tabson, big, and to my teammates.
Big love to everyone, right?
Yeah, glove.
Awesome. Okay, guys, remember to follow Aqua on social media and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more interviews like this. See ya.